Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to Epic Fail number... What number is this? 133? Yes, 133! Happy Winter's Veil. Hanukkah. Insert other holidays here. Christmas even. Rochambeau. I don't know. Now I'm just making things up. I am Draven Dresden. With me, as usual, we have, from a new location yet again, not on the floor, Scarlet! Does this work? No, of course that doesn't work. Fine. How you doing, Scarlet? What have you been up to?
I'm good. Are we good? Is this good? Am I on screen?
Yeah.
I'm good. And no, I'm not on the floor. I'm in a cold, drafty kitchen. So, that's new. Hopefully, this should be the last time I'm in a sketchy phone broadcasting system. We shall see. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Because I feel like it's really echoey in here.
You're good. It's, for it being on a phone, last couple of weeks have actually been surprisingly good.
Yeah, well, this is an empty kitchen. It's not finished, and it's echoey, and there's people sleeping. So, anyways, Exactly. So, anyways, I may be able to play WoW in the next coming weeks. I ordered a computer. It's not a very good one. In fact, it's a really bad one. But it's Canada, so everything's expensive. And it's still going to be a potato for now. But anyways, I may have a laptop next time we have a podcast. So that's cool. And I've been playing some dungeon crawling in Hearthstone. But I have to say, I'm not very good, and I haven't defeated any of the last bosses yet. So I'm trying with Druid. I figured Druid might be the easiest. I don't know. So I'm sticking with Druid till I win or lose, and then trying with Druid again till I lose, and then trying again, eventually till I win one day. I had a glitch where I didn't get some daily quests, but that seems to be fixed now. I heard that was a big thing and an uproar. So that was interesting. But that's been my gaming week. How about you guys?
Well, Gal, how about you? How's your week been? By the way, everybody, for those of you who haven't been here in a few weeks, Gal has been our on-again, off-again, not really replacement, but temporary. We don't know how. It's Gal. How you been, Gal?
I'm great, and I don't mind being a temporary replacement for whatever, or a guest, if you want to call me a guest. That's also okay, I think.
A recurring guest.
Yeah, like when you go to sleep and you wake up screaming, and it happens it's the same thing that happens over and over again, just different nights. Yeah, I can see that. I'm good. Let's see. Exciting things. I guess you guys probably know all the same things I know. Raiding with Vex, raiding with Fire Department. Had a really good week. Vex goes a half an hour longer than Fire Department, and we got through first two bosses in Heroic in Argus, and then went through in full cleared normal anyway within our raid night one, because we took night 2 off for the premiere of The Last Jedi, which like 90% of the raid team went to. And then Fire Department went and full cleared normal and got the first boss down Heroic in 2.5 hours. So if we had gone 3 hours that night, I'm pretty sure we would have gotten We would have gotten into the bonus rounds on Heroic, I'm thinking. But Night 2 will be coming
Jedi,
up on Monday.
That's that new Lord of the Rings movie, right?
You got it.
The one with
featuring,
Michael J. Fox?
Yep, Michael J. Fox and Captain Picard, go and find the Deathly Hallows.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Finding Nemo.
Nemo's in it. He drives a submarine, which is odd. Because he's got a busted arm. Yeah.
But, I mean, at least the sub was yellow, so...
True. And they were hotboxing it. So,
wow, how much more off topic can we get?
I don't know. I think we just hit pop culture from the last 50 years in like 1 minute.
Oh, yeah,
pretty sure.
Pop culture, that's going to be topic number 1 for this week.
Yeah, just about. Yeah. So, I went and saw a great movie. I recommend it to anyone. It's like the other great movies in the franchise, but it has acting and nuance this time. So, that's a big plus.
So what you're saying is it's exactly like episodes 1, 2, and 3.
It might be my favorite so far, but it could be recent viewing bias, if you've heard of that. Like, oh my God, it's the new thing. And I'm not going to go into any spoilers, but I felt like the acting in this one was as good as anything back to probably Alec Guinness, who was like legit trying hard back in the 70s and the 80s. So, yeah, it was better than the last one. But I digress. Other than that, gearing up for Christmas, playing a lot of Hearthstone, and I would like to dabble in some HOTS and Overwatch this week. But I tell you, the Hearthstone and World of Warcraft with the raids going on, that's a pretty full schedule. So, anyway, how are you doing, Draven?
Oh, I've been sticking with AI mostly in Heroes because I can't do Hero League because, well, we'll get into that here later.
Did you get banned?
No.
Skill related?
No one's allowed in Hero League right now. They broke it. Like I said, we'll talk more about that in a bit. Overwatch, I tried the Brawl. We'll talk about that. It was different. But honestly, most of my time has been WoW and more WoW and alts and leveling up my 3rd Demon Hunter because I'm crazy.
Why would you level up a 3rd Demon Hunter?
Because I don't have one on the Alliance side. Both of my Demon Hunters are Horde.
Why would you have 2 on the Horde side?
Because reasons. They're the quickest way to get to 110.
I want to know those reasons.
Honestly, they're the quickest way to get to 110 on a character because you just need to just roll a Death Knight, get the 70, you get a Demon Hunter at 98. So
is 7.3.5 out yet?
No, we're not expecting it for another couple weeks. At least I'm not. But yeah, I mean, invasions, trying to get those legendaries, the Legos. My Paladin, I did an official count. I need 4 more before I can start getting the tokens. My Warrior, I think, got the best in slot, one of the best in slot legendaries, but I can't use, well, I mean, I could use it, but I really like my jump around shoulders and using Pride as on my for a tank because it just seems like it would be the right idea.
You're jumping around shoulders.
Well, yeah, I play as a goblin, so I can go ribbit and just jump around. It's all froggy.
I don't even know what that means.
You gotta jump.
There's a legend.
Jump around.
So warriors have an ability called Heroic Leap. The shoulders give you 2 extra charges of it, and they recharge, one at a time. But because I'm a goblin, I get the rocket boots too, so I can literally jump, and just.
I get it.
And because
you just want your warrior to be a demon hunter too.
I just like
goblins are not. They're not cute like gnomes are.
Okay.
No, but they do explode more.
themselves and others. At least goblins have a hometown they can walk through.
Gnomes are lovable by everyone.
And puntable. Yes, because they're puntable. Anyway.
No.
I would say goblins still have my all-time favorite voice line from Warcraft through Warcraft 3. We've got explosives!
I like the orc line. Orc is the poop. It's true.
Alright, now that my coughing fit's over, I think I can unmute. Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much been my week, outside of the computer stuff. Outside of game-related stuff. I should probably put it that way, because a lot of it's been still on the computer. So, yeah. What do you say we do, like, a show thing?
No.
No?
Well,
Oh.
if you insist.
Dang it, why can't we do a show? I spent minutes on these graphics, dang it.
Funny.
I love how you insist it was plural.
Well, I had to find the pictures. I had to... Actually, the graphic over here that you... On the side here, the Jaina picture, that took a lot longer than you would expect to get that to cut right.
Okay.
So... And it still didn't cut
Draven,
right.
you know what you have to do?
Do the show.
Cut it out. You better remember what that's from.
Oh no! Speaking of cut out, your picture's gone, Scarlett. Anyway.
That's okay. Then I can just huddle in my blanket.
Yeah. Anyway, as for the show. Up first, we mentioned pop culture and a lot of references. Guess what else is going to have a lot of references? Hint, it's not directly Blizzard related. It's not directly Blizzard related, but there's Blizzard stuff in it.
Innuendos of all sorts.
Well,
I like that.
There might be some, but
Soda Pops.
It's a movie. Comes out in March. I'm looking forward to it more than Star Wars.
March.
Oh.
Deadpool 2?
Actually, if that comes out in March, I'd be looking forward to that one too. But I don't know when it is.
March. Wait, I've got it. Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yes!
You got it in only 4 guesses.
Well, you didn't exactly prep me for that one.
Well, if you had the show notes open, it'd be right there at the start.
I got the show notes open.
It's right at the beginning. Anyway.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I like I said, I was adding something. Yeah, so Ready Player One, which I know is not Blizzard related, but we can get away with talking about it officially on the show now instead of just off-topically, because we know for a fact Tracer will be in it. And
it just has Tracer's butt.
I would not be surprised if there's not a butt scene with Tracer. But it does look like she's running and in the army and stuff like that. I did see something that looked like Mercy's wings, so there's a possibility you're going to see more than just Tracer. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Winston's in it. I mean, who knows at this point? Anything goes in that movie, which is awesome.
But
yeah.
Do you think they're going to actually show the video game characters for long screen time? I don't think so.
Most of them probably not. But just the fact that they're going to be there. Like, I know, again, not Blizzard, I know Battletoads are in it. I doubt we're going to see them more than just one scene. Stuff like that. I mean, there's tons of references everywhere.
Yeah. I saw a whole bunch of stuff in there, but like you said, I can't imagine this guy can be just more than a Flash. The royalties on that, unless they found some loophole where they show the character for less than 8 seconds.
They have permission to use everything that's in the movie.
Yeah,
they would probably get sued if they didn't have permission.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Everything that was not Steven Spielberg, his stuff, they got permission for it. And he's like, it's my stuff, use what you want. Because it's his stuff and he's doing the movie. So, yeah. Looking forward to that. Obviously, Star Wars is the big thing right now. But honestly, I'm looking more towards this one than that. To the point where I probably won't, I'm not going to watch Star Wars in 3D. I'm probably going to watch this one, Ready Player One, in 3D.
Well, Ready Player One should be absolutely tooled for 3D.
Yeah.
Star Wars, it wouldn't necessarily be tooled for 3D. You know, like if they do it smartly with Ready Player One, they would have like 0 3D effects for everything outside the Oasis and all the 3D effects inside the Oasis. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know what anything with how all they're doing, but it'll be fun. But anyway, let's get back on the Blizzard topic. And I mentioned Heroes earlier and the fact that they broke Hero League.
So details.
So
what happened?
Here's the
They left
shorter.
Draven in charge.
Here's the shorter version. And no, that was not that. A lot of the streamers who are getting like Master, Grandmaster went through, they do their placements right away. They're getting gold and diamond level rankings. And a lot, so you're getting like these professional like Heroes players going up against, like I know Ro was talking, he went up against MF Palytime in his placement matches. Love Ro to death.
I don't know who that is.
He's a known streamer.
That doesn't seem like the matching is working quite the way they had revamped it to.
No. So what they started off, they reset everything. They're like, okay, we think we found the fix. And it happened again. So they were just like, we don't know what the heck's going on. We're just turning it off until we fix it. And they put out a public apology earlier. I think it was mid-evening yesterday. It was yesterday at some point, saying we were looking into it. We don't know what happened, but we dropped the ball. We're sorry. We're going to fix it. That's the short version.
That's a little crazy.
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Jeff Kaplan wants to rank up in HOTS, and now he's just like, I'm going to Jeff Kaplan this, and Dino Flask will be all over it.
Possibly. But, yes.
Speaking of, because I know this is not in our show notes, and yes, I'm derailing.
Well,
Did you guys see...
Wait until we get to Overwatch, then we can talk about it, because I know exactly where you're going.
You don't know where I'm going.
Is it Jeff Kaplan related?
I don't know.
Then you don't know where you're going either.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so yeah, I know. Since we're talking a little bit of HOTS, just going to briefly cover the stealth and building changes, aka the buildings no longer have a shot count, the infinite ammo. So you can't just wait for them to run out of ammo and then kick the crap out of them. They'll keep firing forever until they're destroyed.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just like
What's
every
That
other
seems
MOBA.
painful.
Just like every other
Well, yeah,
MOBA.
but what about Sylvanas? That's one of her key features.
She can turn them off still. That's
Okay.
That's not them out of ammo. That is just turning
Well,
them
right,
off.
but you remember her mechanic, right?
Yeah.
She had additional ability as part of that drained shots.
No, well, a lot of them had abilities that would drain shots. Those all got changed to something else. She has her passive ability, which is turning them off.
Right, right.
Not the towers, but the actual buildings themselves have something called True Sight, which means they can see stealth, which isn't as much of a big deal now because stealth is not invisible. You can actually see them walk by, but if they stop and stand still for a few seconds, that's when they go invisible. But the buildings can still see them. You just can't target stealth directly. AoEs can hit them, but...
Smart
Could
buildings.
AoEs hit them before?
Yeah, but now you know where to aim. Instead of just shooting out randomly, and unless you're like, oh, I can see stealth, haha. I always had an issue with that. I could never. But Wintervale is also in Heroes, which is where I stole our lovely title screen from, because I originally was just going to do Stitches by himself, and then I saw this picture. I was like, well, I might as well just use this because it's got a whole bunch of characters in it.
That's a good one.
So that was fun. There's a lot of skins. Oh, I'm gonna go back over here. If you look in the back, from the character's point of view, the back right, but our point of view, back left, Malthael, the Diablo 3 end boss, has candy cane weapons, and I mean it's just a bunch of different Christmas things. I know I was playing the other day. I got a couple loot boxes for this event, and I got Christmas stitches. So that was fun.
That's kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that's a pretty good graphic, and that would make Alessandro said that would make a great BlizzCon costume beard. Yes, it would.
Someone should do that. Alessandro, you should cosplay.
Yeah, Alessandro, go to BlizzCon, cosplay as a Christmas beard.
Yes.
Just the beard.
Just the beard itself. Yeah.
No, whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of stuff, sprays, all the usual. There's a couple skins. Nothing huge. There's a couple of cool ones, but it's not one of those things where it's like, oh my god, everything. The best thing about the Christmas thing was the gingerbread mount, the gingerbread cookie mount. And
now I'm hungry.
There's one specifically.
Thanks.
There's one specifically for Stitches where it looks like it's molded over.
That's awesome.
I have no cookies handy. Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, Alessandra
We
wants
should
me
continue
to.
talking about.
She wants me to dress up as Christmas Stitches.
Wow, the
I don't think
comments
you really
rhyme
want to
again.
make Stitches look that bad, though. I can't make myself look that good.
So the comment I was going to utter wouldn't be appropriate for a G-rated stream, but something about someone gets stitches, Christmas stitches.
We'll just use our imaginations on that. Hearthstone!
Yes!
Dungeon runs. I've actually seen both end bosses. I assume there's only 2.
There's 5.
There's 5 possible end. I thought there was just 2. I've seen both of them. I've seen both of them, and because I didn't know what they did, they beat me. I've gotten them low, but they beat me because I didn't play them against them. So.
The one that I've had every single time so far has been the eyeball. It's like the warlock one. She has potions that do different things. Her hero power is gain a potion. And they freeze your minions.
I didn't fight her as an end boss. I got that one as number 7 a couple times, but
there's a couple that appear. Like the darkness can be one of the end bosses.
Yeah.
There's a big time dragon that can be one of the end bosses.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that one's
King.
That's one.
King.
Yep.
Trog dude, Kobold, King Kobold, whatever his
King
name is.
Toglack.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about the dragon one because I've only seen it once, and I've only seen it once as an end boss. He has 5 legendary treasure chests, like the ones you get from Mar and the Fox, and there are 5 of them set out there on his side of the table to start with. And his hero ability is do 1 damage to all enemies for every treasure chest missing, and it costs him 0. So I had to defeat him. I did defeat him, and I did it with a priest deck using the invisibility cloak without hitting any of the treasure chests ever. I left all 5 up and just sort of like nibbled around the 2 end spots where he played minions on the ends. So, but that was scary as hell because if you accidentally kill the treasure chest, he's just going to be nuking the crap out of you for the whole rest of the match. And he had like 70 health.
That's a fight that I think Marin the Fox would actually be amazing. Because he puts out treasure chests on the opponent's side for you to kill. So if you can get all 7 of them, he can't play minions.
That's how I beat one of the other end bosses. Is
I got to the trapped room a couple times.
They were copying. No, it was the boss. He was really high up there where he copies your minions for free. The wax statue one. And I had the ice wall that doesn't attack, the 15 15 shield defense, and it's got like one. You know what I'm saying? So he just kept copying my ice wall until he maxed out his line, and then I like plinked him with direct damage. It was funny.
That's kind of cool. I haven't had any of those bosses yet.
Yeah, but anyway,
I need to play more.
Alessander actually sent me this picture. And I didn't set it up to capture it, unfortunately. But it's basically the most popular deck in the Sydney Invitational was Control Warlock, and they had almost all the same cards in most of them. There was a couple of differences. So
yeah,
clearly there's something going on with Control Warlock right now.
I toyed around with this when I saw it in show notes. It's not a ladder deck. It's a tournament deck for sure. So if you're talking about is it OP, it's not OP for ladder, but I suppose in the tournament format, I actually did a stream on this earlier, but I was the only one watching. That happens to me. I'm sorry. It's just it would be good when you get those setups where it's like, okay, what deck is your opponent going to play, and they get to choose from like 2 or 3 or whatever it is. That's what it's for, and it is strong because of the like Nyx, the seal bearer or whatever her name is, Rin, that's what it is. Rin, the seal bearer, which does the Kylo Rin.
Funny.
Yeah, so what happens is she's a taunt minion that's got a death rattle where it gives you the second seal, and you play the second seal. It's a 2/2 demon. Third seal is a 3/3 demon. Fourth seal, fifth seal. And after you play the sixth seal, you get a 10/10, which costs 10, and it destroys your opponent's deck. So if they got 20 cards left in their deck when you play this, their entire deck is gone. If they got 3 left, their deck is gone. So that's the deck uses other cards to accelerate getting those done, as it were. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting build, and I see where it would be really strong in tournament, but I didn't find it to be particularly well played in ladders on a lot of the meta stuff. So very cool though. Hearthstone is a hotbed of stuff.
Yeah.
There was one person on ladder with that, which was Brian Kibler, and he was just having fun with it. So, and Day 9 was also trying it out a bit too, which was kind of awesome. He was losing more than winning, but it was still fun watching Day 9.
He's generally fun to watch no matter what. More so for you than a lot of people, but...
He's funny.
I'm not arguing that.
I like
I'm saying you have a crush on him.
Hey, I mean...
I totally admit it.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
It doesn't hurt my eyes to watch him. Just saying.
Alrighty. So, Overwatch. It's not in the notes. Scarlett, go ahead and say what you were going to say earlier. I know what it is.
Jeff Kaplan brings the burn.
I
So
don't know
someone
what you
else-
mean.
Someone else on the forums was complaining, I got banned for no reason, blah, blah, blah. And so Jeff was like, well, here's some things you said in chat. Torb your burn, Torb noob, and then all these insults, and then all these things, and then, oh, look, you report everyone you don't like for harassment when they've done absolutely nothing. You're just a toxic player. We don't want you.
Nice.
And then
Yeah.
got banned. So
I'm in
that
favor.
was kind of awesome.
I am in favor of any time Jeff Kaplan wants to do this. It's a just even if it's a random choice between, toxic A, toxic B, toxic, any of these toxic people. Just randomly pick one and be like, this is why you got banned, and just here's a list of reasons. I would be in favor of that just once a week, just for the entertainment value of it.
So they get like a little toxic waste barrel prop, and he reaches in and draws a name out, and they just announce it, and he tells them why.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Here we go with that. But yeah, so props to you, J Cap, Papa Kaplan, however you know him. Winter Veil is also,
as Diva says, Daddy-O.
Yeah, sure. Winter Veil has also come to the Overwatch world, and it is Mei versus Winston. But you get 5 Meis because 1 demon is not bad enough.
Because 1 Mei is not enough.
Mei
Mei is Mei times 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the point of this one is, if you play as Winston...
I've been so serious. I'm sorry.
I'm just skipping over that. I don't care. I don't like Mei. If you play as Winston...
5 snowballs then. Come on, Snowball's adorable. Why don't you like the little frosty iPhones?
I'm fine with frosty iPhones. I prefer my Samsung Galaxy, not frozen.
Far away? Your Samsung Star Wars model?
I don't think it's a Star Wars model. No, I'm not a... Well, no, I'm not going to get into that again.
We're up to Galaxy 8, right? We have to wait a couple years for Galaxy 9 to come out?
That should come out with episode 9.
Yes.
Okay,
Funny.
so the brawl that I was trying to talk about. If you're Mei, your job is to kill Winston.
How is
Easy
PETA
peasy.
okay with this?
Easy peasy, right? But if you're Winston, you run around the map avoiding Mei until you collect chunks of meat, which fill your rage bar. And then you get the primal rage when you collect 4 of them. And if you kill 5 Meis, they do respawn if you kill them. If you kill 5, you win. If they kill you, you lose. But it just keeps going. I jumped in, I picked Winston, I got in, and I won every time. Because they just couldn't. And I'm not good at Winston. They just couldn't kill me because they give Winston so much health.
Bragger.
Wow.
No, it was more of a, I don't think it's balanced, not me being good at it.
Well, there's a couple of game modes. You don't have to have a balanced game for it to be fun. That means if you can get the win, it's that much more satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
As long as it's advertised that way, if you know what the rules are going in.
It's a goofball mode. I'm not under any illusion of that. It was just one of those. They did winterize some of the maps, so.
Really?
Yeah, King's Row is snow on it. I don't. Obviously, the desert like Anubis and stuff like that aren't gonna have snow because that would just be weird. But yeah,
It gets cold in the desert at night.
Yeah, that's true.
This map takes place during the day.
Maybe they should switch it to a night map. What about that?
It still wouldn't snow. Doesn't get that cold. Not for long enough.
Maybe ice on the ground? Lower the traction?
I would be in favor of an ice map.
Well, we
I got
have
low grav, so why not?
Right?
we
That'd be
have
cool.
Antarctica.
Yes.
We do have
You don't
one
slide.
ice map.
You don't slide. That'd be more.
True.
You know what? That would be great, though. You go sprinting forward on Bastion and then transform, and you just slide into a room with your Gatling gun.
Yeah.
76
That would
comes
be
into a
awesome.
room in like the Tom Cruise in that movie, so he comes in sliding with the one hand and starts lighting people up.
I'm okay
Trying to
with
think
that.
of that movie. The name. Of
Oh,
One where he's in his tidy whities and his
Color
shirt.
of Money, is that it,
He
or is
goes-
it risky
What-
business?
Risky business. Okay, so
Risky
Blizz,
business.
Blizz, I know you listen. Can we get a soldier
Soldier 76
In-
in tidy.
Tidy
in,
whities. Yep.
in underwear? And that's all you got to do is give him a dance move. That's the only thing you got to do with that skin.
Yep. Risky 76.
Yeah.
I love it.
Think of the fan
Legendary.
I love
art.
it.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't mention the fan art because that will get done, and it'll be more than risky. Anyway,
That would be.
I gotta go see if I can get Iggy
I
to
approve that.
find Iggy in Discord while you guys are talking. Commission this piece.
no, the world is okay without it. Trust me.
Commission it. Do it.
All right. StarCraft, it's not in the notes. I just wanted to mention briefly the skin pack, whatever. I forget what they're called. The battle chest type thing for StarCraft. Number 2's coming out, if it's not out already. So you can make your stuff look different. So it's like skins in all the other games, but it's in StarCraft.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I'm fine with the standard models. Or now, if they did a Carbots version, I might pay for that. But I think his are free because it's like an add-on. But if you guys
Didn't Carbots just do a new animation for StarCraft?
yeah, it's like every couple of weeks a new one. Yeah, he's like rotating between all the games at this point because he just doesn't have the time to do them all.
I like that food stuff.
Yeah, he's cool. Do you guys have anything else, or should we jump into the Warcrafts?
The only thing I'd say is that I've heard a lot of really happy players who enjoy playing Moira. I know I might have missed out some of this feedback before, but the descriptions I've had is the most fun, most balanced character that they've come out with yet. So very enjoyable to play on both sides of the, as far as offense, defense kind of thing.
That's cool.
It's all going to come down to personal skill too. Like if you suck and you're playing against her, she's going to seem OP. If you suck and you're playing as her, she's going to seem underpowered. So,
right.
that factors too. But if you, all things being equal, she does seem fairly balanced, mostly. But then again,
that's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Warcraft. Before we get into the news, I just want to say on my 4th attempt, I got my Ashbringer.
Nice.
Mage Tower skin. It took me a grand total of 4 attempts. Yes, I know I overpower it, but yeah. So next up, I don't know what I'm going to try for. Eventually, I do want to try for the Demon Hunter Havoc one because it's the fire work leaves. So
I also got a skin, but I don't know if I talked about it last time. I got my hunter, killed the twins with my hunter finally.
Yay!
Woo!
You killed Raceland?
Oh yeah, dropped him. Dirty.
And Caramon?
No, it didn't kill him.
Okay, but you killed Raceland. I'm sad.
Yeah, well, let the queen sort him out.
I helped promote a quote unquote God Queen. So
hey,
yeah.
Takesis for 2020.
I would vote for that.
I'm not gonna
because
get
it's
into
Raceland's
that. Yeah,
favorite.
I'm not gonna even touch that because if I start going down that road, then this is gonna be a much longer Not Blizzard show.
Hey, they love
just say Raceland is awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Well, you know what else is awesome?
Everything is awesome.
Everything's fun when you're part of a team.
Method apparently is awesome because it took them a grand total of 8 days to clear Mythic and Taurus.
On the first day of
Congrats to
Mythic, our team. Yep. Yeah, congrats to them.
And then 2 days later, Exorcist killed it also.
Did anybody hear how many attempts on the final boss?
It was like 230 or 270, somewhere around there.
That's not as bad as some
That's
of the
not
other.
as bad, but keep in mind they only had to wipe on it for 6 days.
Yeah, I know because
they got 10 of 11 on day 1, and then they.
But they said it was gear. They needed some gear from the re-clear.
Yeah, that's what they.
Theory says it was 700 attempts.
Yeah, it was like. Yeah, I saw the tweet from Sco. He said something like 230 or 270. Alessandro says it was about 230. That's why I was saying that.
So the reaction is that after Tomb, they didn't want it tuned to be a guild breaker, like as far as the high end guilds. Seems to have worked.
Possibly. Here's the thing, though. Yes, it was a gear thing. They said they mathematically could not kill the boss, but they kept pulling anyway because they wanted to practice. So that, getting the gear helped. What Blizzard didn't say, and this might have been bugs in the actual mechanics of the fight, because they said they only fixed mechanics. He got nerfed too. Like, instead of going up like to 66% health, he only went up to 60% health during a certain phase. Stuff, ticked slower. So if they're calling those bugs, it's fine. But that's what even Method was saying. Like, these things got changed. We noticed this and made it a whole heck of a lot easier.
But it wasn't, just like Alessandra was saying, they said it wasn't a super meth like Kill Jaden was. It wasn't as bad. So it wasn't anything harder than what had been before.
Yeah, mechanically speaking, it did seem like it was a little more sound. They just had, some bugs, like 6% health and stuff like that, which made a difference. They were surviving all the way to the enrage timer, and then apparently he kills you when he enrages.
Again?
Yeah. That reminds me, Blizzard, do me a favor. If a boss auto-kills you, turn off repairs to that mechanic.
Yeah, amen to that. Absolutely.
The repair bill is for deaths that you could have avoided. Not, the boss kills you. Guess what? Here's a 90 gold repair bill. Thanks for the fun.
You know what, though? Now that you bring it up, that would be an interesting mechanic where it's the boss breaks parts of your armor.
Kind of like Nefarian and Blackwing way back when he broke people's weapons.
Not weapons, though, because you're going to need those to hit the boss. But
hunters,
yeah.
he used to break bows, so hunters would have to wear, like, crap bows and then put their real one on after.
Right. So, as the enrage timer for the fight would be based on your gear breaking out rather than a hardened rage. How about that?
Yeah. That would be a very hard one to balance.
As what, like a disarm was? Or like reducing your armor debuff? Isn't that sort of like what that is already?
Well, yeah, but it would break your stats too, right? Because as you lose a chunk of armor,
break your stats. If you get a debuff that, like tanking, if you get a debuff that says you take 10% more damage or your armor's been reduced by X amount, if you open your stats page, you'll see the numbers are in red. They're less.
Oh, right. I mean, like the mechanic of actually breaking an armor.
Yeah,
like
he's talking like if you have a 4-set bonus and one happens to be your helm, and boom, you're targeted with the helm break. You lose your 4-set bonus. You lose the stats. That's
maybe
what he's talking.
Maybe you have to like duck behind a corner where there's a gnome or something or a dwarf that can fix you up, or maybe that's part of the fight. But so the idea is not to penalize you with a gold penalty, although they certainly have plenty of gold sinks in the game. But if you're gonna rack up people's repair bills, make it a part of the fight that's actually a mechanic and not just a auto kill. Hey, free more repair bill for you. So that's what made me think of it when Draven said that, because he's right. Yeah.
I mean, if a boss does the auto kill thing and you get rezzed up again and you keep going, I'm fine with that happening on occasion. I'm not okay with the 4th repair bill, because we one-shot every boss pretty much until the end of the night where we ran out of time.
Yep. In Argus, some of those people will die multiple times through no fault of their own. It's just that's the mechanic, and you go use the tree to res.
Yeah, so you're getting 90, 180, 270. It gets expensive for that fight. I mean, I guess you could just play classes that don't die, like Paladin, for the most part, if you take the auto bubble. Oh, guys, I'm gonna die. Oh, wait, auto bubble. I'm wondering if there's a way I can break Argus with my auto bubble.
We're sitting there for a half an hour.
Don't break the world.
Don't break the world breaker.
Don't break the world.
He's like killing everyone, but he's sitting here like, what the hell? He's just whacking on this bubble.
Yeah, the bubble. Like, hey, Elasan showed up. She wants her boss broken back. Oh, so yeah.
Theory Link said it was 320 attempts that they did.
I mean,
It's the same numbers Alessandra typed, just organized differently.
So it's still a lot less than even Heroic Ragnaros or at the time, or Mythic Kill Jaden. It's still a lower number than the normal. So I think overall we can say okay, but still, I think overall we can say that Antorus has been tuned a little lower than normal compared to other raids. And that's fine, because it's the last one of the expansion, so it sucks that it got tuned down. But the last raid came out just before Christmas. I don't want to see the Mythic race going on through Christmas and New Year's. I'd like, I don't know these guys. I would like them to see their families anyway.
Maybe.
I mean, presuming they have families and they don't just sit in front of the computer 24/7. Who knows? That's possible, too.
What?
I know.
320 attempts. They're sat in front of their computers the whole time anyway.
Oh, well, yeah.
They'll work.
During that first week, yeah, but WoW is their job. What are you talking about?
Ugh.
But yeah, speaking of Christmas and such, Winter Veil is in WoW also.
Huzzah!
I'm sensing a theme here. It's Winter Veil in like 3 games. Well, 4 if you count Hearthstone. There's a couple.
I heard there's a new pet this year. I'm jealous.
Yeah, there's a
what?
There's a Yeti pet. There's a Hearth Station, which is another Hearthstone board that it's just on a platform or whatever. I haven't really cared.
It's still a toy to collect. I want it.
Yeah, which means I actually have to do Christmas stuff.
Yes, you do.
Bah humbug!
Pretty much. At this point, I don't really do most of the holidays because I've done them so many times. I'm just like, I don't care.
God, your eye roll was almost totally white slits there.
I can do that, actually.
Like, you're like going to dislocate something.
I actually can do that with my eyes, so... no, it's
Let's
just...
see.
No.
Do it.
No. I might get stuck. But, I mean, here's the thing about the events. And I love the events. I love that they're there. But they're the exact same event that they were last year and the year before and the year before. They just add stuff that you can buy with it. The only reason I'm doing most of them is because there's something I want. Like a pet or a mount. Or, in the case of Valentine's Day, you gotta kill that boss repeatedly because the mount never drops.
So romantic.
Unless you're
right.
Someone I know, and then it might drop, but I'll never see it. But yeah, it's just I don't know.
Someone's a little jealous.
I would like to see an updated version, even if it was every 2 or 3 expansions, where they just do something a little bit different instead of just adding to the you could buy this.
What do you mean a little bit different? A little bit different how?
Like, say, for Halloween, Horsemen can still be there. Give us something else to do, too. Some other weird, like, make it, I don't know.
Oh, I got you. Like Whack-A-Mole, but at the graveyard with the guys crawling out of the graves.
Sure, we could do that. Make that a minigame. They put Plants vs. Zombies in the game, why not? But as an example, Jack Skellington. It'll never happen.
They should do a quest with the Necronomicon and Ash from Evil Dead.
I never
that would be
thought
awesome.
Of that. But now that you mention it, Blizzard, we need this.
Yeah, where the weapon you get is a chainsaw hand.
A chainsaw pole arm or something. Yeah, a chainsaw fist weapon.
Yes.
I would farm that on any character that could use a fist weapon, aka Windwalker Monk, because I think that's the only one at this point.
There is a new mini game coming.
Is it for Christmas?
It's in your show notes.
It's
with Evil Dead Christmas.
It's in his show notes.
I think you're looking at last week's.
No.
you talking to the mail thingy?
Yeah, there was updates on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a new mini game coming and new achievements that were farmed and new titles.
Yeah, but that's
but
separate
not just
from.
the pet, not just.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, Scarlett.
It's not just the pet.
I understand what you're saying. What I was saying, that is not a holiday event specific. You can go back and do that. It's going to be there. It might only be there until the end of Legion, but well, I'm saying update the holiday event so that way it's not the exact same event every year. For those of us who have done it 47 times a year.
You can both be my favorites.
Anyway, now that he's gone, Scarlett.
What?
I turned his camera off.
What?
I was kidding. I
So mean.
was picking on him.
Look, it's Overwatch at night.
Oh. So yeah, there's some new stuff, some new decorations. I know there's a new snow globe type thing. I think there's one in Ironforge, possibly even one in Orgrimmar. I don't know, but snow globes are out there. There's some new stuff. It would be fun. I'll end up doing it. It's just, you know, one of those things. Blah, 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 blah. So we mentioned Argus and Antorus the raid and all that. I know, Scarlett, since you can't raid right now, I'm just gonna ask Gal, have you gotten any of those little trinket upgrade thingamajiggies?
Okay, I'll bat on this one. On my Death Knight, week 2, so not the first night we killed him, okay, which is weird, because we killed Argus on our progression kill, did not get one. On the cleanup kill the second week, got a, hey, you can upgrade your trinket by 5, but did not get the trinket.
Okay.
Right. In Fire Department, I got the trinket and the upgrade at the same time, so I could at least click it and get it to 945.
Yeah.
But that was kind of funny because it's RNG. Those are going to take up, unless they stack, they're going to take up a lot of bag space.
It's funny you mentioned that because as of a couple days ago, they can stack now because they couldn't.
Good.
So that means for people like me who is never going to see the trinket until the end of the expansion, because that's just how things go.
It's skill based.
So why do you have a trinket?
It's skill based.
Yeah, I know. Why do you have a trinket then?
It's skill based.
I've raided with you. I know the skill level there. So, yeah, I mean, it's just they stack now, so that means I should be able to get it all the way up to 1,000 by the time I see that trinket, and only take 1 bag space, because that's a thing that I need to be careful of. Because I've got a bag of legendaries, I've got a bag of current legendaries, and you know.
Under your other trinkets.
Well, I sold most of those.
Well, good for you.
Because I found a nice list, and it's like, if these aren't 955, don't bother. So I was like, okay, gone.
I know it's a hassle, but I feel like they should have a much more, based on the number of things that they've got going on, especially when they add an expansion and just quest items or these items for followers. You know, there's so many currency systems and you know, all these things going on. They should really make a more expansive bank area, even if they're like bank only bags. You know, like safe. You make an item called safe deposit box, and it's, you know, 30 slot bag only for bank.
They have that. It's called void storage.
No, just for the bank. And I mean, the void storage is only usable by things that are non-unique items. And you can't put, which is really weird, you can't put appearance items in void storage that are just cosmetic. So that's kind of weird too.
Because they don't soulbind.
Yeah.
And you have to have soulbound
I should probably
items.
look at my void storage, because I know I wiped out a lot of it. I could probably put some stuff in there that I don't want to throw away, but I want to keep.
Yeah, I keep like trinkets and stuff in there, because you never know if they do like a reconfiguring of stats or something like that, where some trinket might all of a sudden be useful. But I'm not talking about like just wearable stuff, because you can only put wearable things in there, which I cleared out when the transmog system came out. But like every time they come out with a system or items or even professions, from 2 expansions worth of professions stuff takes up all of your profession tab.
Yeah. Although I saw something about that. I don't know if it was in the show notes or not.
Yeah.
Was that in the show notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about it. It's fine. Natural conversation. We'll just move stuff around in the notes. What were you going to say about profession mats, Scarlett?
They're updating it, so you won't need as many old mats to learn old recipes or make old recipes and stuff.
Yeah, from what I saw, they're updating. All the old mats are still going to be there, but you can't get them once they update this. Like, if you disenchant something, you're going to get the new mat instead of the old one, and then all the old stuff is just going to be this one mat, and stuff is just going to get simpler, pretty much. Which makes sense.
That will be good if I want to learn professions.
It makes sense because we're so far beyond it. Why? If it needs a special thing, that special thing's going to be there. But the common stuff, that part's getting simpler. So yay, profession updates. Now, if only they'd make professions worth having. Because outside of enchanting,
I don't know. Swap Blaster is definitely worth having if you're an engineer.
That's okay. Okay, so that's if you're a troll, it's worth having. And I don't mean Yaman. I mean troll.
Yaman.
Then it's worth having if you're an internet troll. But I'm talking alchemy, worth having, because you're always going to need flasks for the raiders. Cooking, someone should have it. Enchanting, jewel crafting, on occasion, but everything else, tailoring, not worth it. Inscription, if they keep the whatchamacallit?
I don't know. What do you call it?
Glyphs.
The rune thingy.
Runes and glyphs.
Yeah, the rune thingy. If they keep that, then maybe. Not really as much. But blacksmithing, tailoring, leather.
Let me throw this one at you. Back in vanilla, I was a hunter, engineer, and when I was doing Warsong Gulch, you could stand on the 3rd floor of the building and throw grenades and bombs down into the flag room, and the AoE blast would kill people. Like, it was legit. You wanted to roll in there with large copper bombs and blow people up.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
When's the last time you saw an engineer bomb or grenade be worth the global cooldown it was, to get it?
Wrath of the Lich King.
It's been a while.
But they got banned because they broke the encounter.
Yeah.
Because it was on the fight. But I mean, in PvP stuff, they broke a lot of the engineering stuff, like the glider and stuff like that. And for
you can't do that in PvE either.
Well, in some places, inside raids.
Not in
stuff.
Instances.
Yeah, out in the world, you can use whatever you want wherever, but that's fine. But since in instances, you know what else you can't use a lot of now? Battle reses.
Oh yeah.
Nice segue.
I'm going to dwell on the past topic.
But battle reses, they're getting updated so that mythic pluses work the same way as raids. You could have 5 people that could do battle reses, but it's on a timer. Shared cooldowns. So yeah, fun.
I think that's honestly better, even though it is a nerf. It lets other people get more advantage at joining.
Yeah, it makes sense. So You know, it happens. Yeah. Fun.
So that'll make it interesting because I think what they're looking to do is expand on the Mythic Plus competition. So this might be one of those pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree with that.
I mean, we're all probably under the same presumption of MDI, Mythic Dungeon Invitational, is going to happen again.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That was popular.
I think they already said it'll happen again.
I think they said they had plans. I don't think they announced anything for it.
They're going to tune it up, and this is one of those tuning items to make it more... they want to make the runs more consistently difficult. You know what I mean? So that the penalties seem more real. You can't just cheese stuff through. Yeah.
Yeah. Because didn't one of the teams bring like 3 druids and a death knight or something like that? I'm pretty sure they did.
There was a team that was like, here's a battle res on everybody.
Yes. And why not?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you can do the damage that you need and all that, I'd do it. I don't.
And what's it? Is it like a 5-second time penalty every time you res someone? Right?
Every time someone dies.
No, every time someone dies.
Sure. So the other part of the time penalty when someone dies is having to run back. So if you've got 5 battle reses, then the 5-second penalty is so much less because you can just pick them up right where they dropped.
Yeah. And then there was the team of, as our chat room is bringing up, the team that was all stealth and a warlock.
Yeah, but they fixed that now because all of the buildings in the Mythic Dungeon runs can see through stealth.
Can they?
I'm kidding. This is from the Heroes of the Storm update earlier. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Oh, your picture cut out again, Galv.
Look, it's Hearthstone at night!
Yeah.
Totally dark.
Yeah. Let's see. What movie did you say you went to go see again, Galv? It was that Deathly Hallows Picard. What was it called?
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Last Jedi.
Yeah. So every time, I think this is going to happen every time they put out a Star Wars movie. City guards get lightsabers. Blue for Alliance and red for Horde.
Love it.
That's awesome.
There should be one guard with a purple lightsaber, and he should have a little wallet on his back pocket that says MFer on it. Badass MFer.
That would be amazing. But I think it's really cool that they changed it. They changed it. Because they didn't do that before, did they?
They did it for the last couple Star Wars movies.
You've heard that story,
I didn't
right?
even know that.
You guys know the story I'm talking about?
No.
About the purple lightsaber?
When Samuel L. Jackson was filming, he broke... They break their prop lightsabers all the time when they're doing sword fights and stuff. So he's filming the scene where he's fighting with Palpatine I forget what it was. But he breaks his lightsaber, and he asks one of the grips to go get his replacement. And the grip starts to go and turns back to him and says, "Hey, which one is it again?" And he said, "It's the lightsaber with bad up on it." You know, and just scared the hell out of the kid. He was joking, so he was nice to the kid afterwards, but he just deadpanned it, and it's a legend story.
Let's face it, Sam Jackson is one of those guys you don't want to have yell at you.
Right.
I mean, maybe you could, but
see, that's what you do. You have all the guards, right, and then one of them's got the purple lightsaber, and so if anyone's coming through trying to kill people and they go after that one, he just obliterates them.
He's level 190.
Right.
Which wouldn't work, because then you'd have to have a level 200 dude who uses lightning to kill him.
Or Anduin comes by and accidentally chops his hands off.
I'm lost.
It's okay.
We're making fun of bad movies.
What?
Okay, so what else do we got here?
So this is something about World of Warcraft Alpha.
Yeah, so BattleNet, the thing we log in on. One, I have to ask a question before I get into this. Does anyone else's BattleNet desktop app are they lacking an icon right now, or is it just mine?
Mine's lacking,
Yours
all
is
the
lacking
icons.
existence. I understand that.
I'm looking right now, and I don't see anything here.
Okay, so like on your little taskbar at the bottom of your Windows screen, like right now I've got like Firefox, Google Chrome,
Oh,
OBS,
I have
Skype,
a fix
that
for
kind of
that.
thing. Well, I just updated yesterday the BattleNet because it told me to, and ever since then, it's a white sheet of paper.
Unpin it. Unpin it,
I
and
did.
then it'll...
I already did that.
You-
It
Mine's
didn't
fine.
fix. It's still.
It's just
Let
you.
me finish. You unpin it, you close it, you relog, because mine did that every single time it updated since forever.
Are you done with stuff I've already done?
She's better than normal tech support.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. I've done that. I do that. If it does that, I unpin it. I close it out. I Control Delete, make sure it's completely not running, and then I open it again. And guess what happened? It's still a white sheet of paper.
That's so
You
weird.
broke it.
Mine's part of a computer screen. It doesn't look like a white sheet of paper at all.
Oh, I mean, it's an icon. It looks like a white sheet of paper.
Oh.
But anyway, guess what they found?
A white sheet of paper.
Liz.BattleNet properties. I'm looking at mine right now because you got me curious.
Yeah.
It seems
Just-
fine, but
It's just a little thing here. As I'm gonna read this word for word. Blizzard has added the encrypted World of Warcraft Alpha CDN to BattleNet app catalog files. Current client version 8.0.1. Build number, blah blah blah. Nothing is playable. That basically all it means is maybe the expansion's not gonna be in August like everyone's thinking. It might come out April, May. I don't think that's the case, but it's possible.
Well, basically, it's letting the launcher launch the alpha when the alpha is released.
Yeah.
What that is.
what it is.
What it is. So
Deep.
basically, short version of that entire long weird conversation. They're working on it. Maybe it's closer than we think.
Well, okay,
And
so
I think maybe Chewbacca ate my icon because it looked like a porn.
what do you think this portends time-wise? Why would they launch early? Like, or when
I don't
would they
think
launch?
I mean, I don't think it's going to affect whatever their launch date is supposed to be. I just think maybe they're further along than we thought they were. So we might actually get like they're going to do their in-house alpha, which I'm sure they're already doing. They might even be doing the in-house beta. But since that's an alpha, I doubt it. So we might actually see a closed beta maybe February? Maybe March?
Spring break?
I mean, for a beta, I don't know. I'm still expecting to see July, maybe August, for the expansion, which will mean.
But you just said it could have been earlier.
It might be earlier, but what I'm saying is I'm expecting it to be July, August. But that then means 7 to 8 months of Antorus. And I don't know that it has the legs to last that long with the difficulty being what it is.
There may be some more surprises, though, like a Segway raid or something like that. A la, I've heard many people hypothesize
we know we're getting some Silithus stuff in 7.3.5. We're getting the leveling stuff. there's some rumors that if you do a pre-order, you might get access to some of the allied races. Because that's what they did with Demon Hunters. So I mean, it makes sense.
I still want to see more crossover, frankly. I mean, I like all the Blizzard stuff. I think they should work on, especially if they're going to launch this new expansion, something from Hearthstone for World of Warcraft, something from Diablo, something, just little tie-ins to, Easter eggs where you bounce out and then you have a reason to come back in, sort of thing. So that would be kind of cool.
Well, I mean, the last raid is always going to have that extra time because that's just what happens. As long as it is less than 9 months, I think it'll be fine. Like I said, the only issue I'm going to have is with the difficulty. I don't know if it'll last 6 months. I mean, so I'm not talking down on our raid at all, but we don't have world's best raiders on our team. We got some good raiders. Don't get me wrong, but we're not going to be going up against Method anytime soon.
Look, some of our raiders can parse well and fend off grizzly bears in real life simultaneously.
That is true.
Hi, Des. Hi, Norman. But no, I mean, no. Like I said, we have some really good people on our team, but for the overall team, we're not going to. If us versus Method happened, G Method got world first. We haven't cleared heroic yet. So, I'm just saying. I think we're going to clear heroic probably, I'd say maybe by February if we take it slow.
Okay, so here's what I think about that. I think that
maybe March.
The first night I was going to say this. The first night we were in heroic, we got 2 bosses down, right? And we jumped onto what was traditionally thought of as the third boss. But that was silly because there's actually 3 other bosses we could hit, especially the loot pinata tree that we're gonna do. Where you know what I mean? Like we'll just start collecting loot, and that's gonna make the next run easy. So I think we could accelerate right through heroic.
Yeah, if we find the proper order for our team, we're just gonna be like boss kill, progression, boss kill, progression, boss kill. I mean, it's gonna happen. And we're just gonna, I mean, okay, fine. A couple of the fights are going to take a little while. Varamathras, I can see 100% is going to take us a while. But I don't think it's going to be one of those that it's going to be the must-end stop of the raid. I think we might eventually outgear it.
Right.
As much as we can.
Well, I think Varamathras, Ops will be fine. It's our other tank I'm worried about.
Yeah. He's got a steroid problem, though, so... Oh, that reminds me. Winter Veil, Varamathras, guess what he did? Guess what Blizzard did?
Put it on a hat?
He's got a Santa hat.
He's got a Santa hat, and one of his horns has a wreath.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
He's one of the bosses that got the treatment, like Siege Master did in Siege of Orgrimmar.
That's fantastic. I'm telling you, there should be something where he's dialoguing with the witches. They're torturing him, and he's got the Santa hat on. There should be extra holiday vocal lines for that. Something like "You can't stop me with good cheer" or something like that.
I mean, I don't want them to do it for every single holiday, but I think that there should be a couple holidays where some of the just randomly pick some bosses. Varamathras got it for Christmas, but Halloween time, they need to do something kind of creepy-ish for some boss. I would have chosen actually Varamathras to be the creepy boss, but I could see Coven getting instead of the tornado thingy of fire, make it a tornado of spiders or something.
Right, or even something that's completely non-mechanical.
Yeah,
like a wave of spiders come flying across the room, or a grasping hand comes out of the ground and grabs someone.
They decorated the room for Halloween. Put some cobwebs on the wall. It's fine. Just silly stuff like that. I would love to see for other holidays, not just Christmas. And yeah, they do a couple here and there, like Valentine's Day. I think get the heart things, but I just like when they decorate the bosses. I think it's funny.
It is funny. I agree.
Yeah. Alrighty. Do we have anything else?
For the good of the cause? Oh.
Yeah, for like new
Looking
stuff,
it over
show
here.
stuff.
Show stuff.
Is that pretty much covered my list of stuff?
I think that's good.
Yeah. Unless you guys want to roll some fun after this.
Oh, I'm sure we'll do something. Scarlett's going to go to bed because she's going to pass out.
I also have no computer.
There's that. I mean, we could play competitive Hearthstone on her phone, but...
Well, two of us can. Draven will be on the outside looking in.
Yeah. I could do a dungeon run, but that's about it for Hearthstone. All right,
there's some... Yeah. Go on.
I was just going to say, if we got nothing else, I think we should do some like shout-outs, how to get a hold of us, etc., and so forth. So, you're recurring guest, Gal, so that means Scarlett gets to go first. Scarlett, how do people get a hold of you? Do you have any shout-outs, etc., and so forth?
Etc. and so forth, yes. So, on Twitter, I'm Scarlett_CTR. And Discord, come find me in the Epic Fail Discord. I'm Scarlett there. And I do have shout outs. I want to shout out to our Patreons and our subscribers because you guys are supporting us, and that is awesome.
Draven, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, it froze up on me. I was like, how about you, Gal? How do people get hold of you? Do you have any shout-outs, etc., and so forth?
Yeah, I've got all that stuff. It's great. You can find me on Discord or in game. Galvanid, as you see, is going to be on there. Galvanid Online on Twitter. So that's my hashtag. I'm in a ton of Discord channels. CTR on Airy Peak. Vex on Thunderlord if you're in those areas. I do a lot of weekly streaming with Blizzard-style games. And you can catch me streaming our raid nights all week long. And then I also have some shout-outs. One, I want to shout out one of our raid team members, Theory, who tanks for us in the fire department. He was so shiny recently, had like 20 million hit points on one boss. So big shout out to him for that.
Scarlett, you have no idea the amount of shade that just got thrown.
I do.
I may have sent her video files of every part of that. And shout out to our raid team's healers like Sin, who does such a good job for us. And then on the Vex for Thunderlord, Servo, one of our paladins, who has been known to make the saltiest pancakes around. Also very good. And then again, just back to Theory. If you didn't know, he's doing on the 20th. He's doing a 12-hour stream for charity, Extra Life. So that's really cool. And my buddy from Vex, Ignacio, is doing an April event in the Twin Cities in Minnesota for charity as well. That's in person, and it's a big deal. It's going to be Hearthstone and Overwatch, and I have no idea how they're going to pull it off, but it'll be at Fantasy Flight Games in Roseville. And if you're not familiar with that, Fantasy Flight Games is a big board game maker, and they're currently in the process of launching some online stuff as well. But props to those guys who are so shiny. Props to those guys for going out of their way to take their passion and do some charity with it. So those are my shout-outs.
That's awesome.
All right, well, I was actually going to, mention Theory too, but since you went ahead and took care of all that for me, I don't have to.
Well, you could recognize him for something equally, valuable.
Well, that about sums it up. Kidding. I'll shout out chat room, all the Patreon people who have, been so kind as to donate monthly. Eli, recently, started to play, tossed in some, which will kick in starting next month, so thank you there. And then...
Yay! Yeah, thank you!
Yay! And of course, we gotta, special shout out Norman, because Norman's insane. Sometimes he pulls bosses, but he's insane, so it's okay. But
Norman's one of our top DPS for sure.
Yeah.
I miss Norman.
Norman
and
is a
everyone.
hunter pet. For those not in the know, Norman is a hunter's pet who comes with a hunter. It's not the other way around.
The bestest ever.
Yeah.
Hunter
Normally the
and
hunter
pet.
comes with a pet. This time it's the pet that comes with the hunter. But yeah, anyway, there was some issues with Patreon, blah, blah, blah. They're still working on whatever they're going to do, but for now they're leaving it the same, so thank you, Patreon. Just leave it as is, it's fine. Scarlett mentioned our Discord. I actually have a link that I could mention, because I probably should do that more often than I do, aka ever. bit.ly/epicfaildiscord. Direct link. Right into that in there. You can keep Scarlett company while she's, lacking a computer. So it'll be fun.
Yes. They have it on my...
Yeah. And then, as for, actual shout-outs... I could name a few things, but some of them get a little personal, so I don't want to name names is the problem. So I will just say shout out to no, not that kind of personal. Shout out to a specific person who knows who it is and they know why.
I disagree. I don't think they know why at all.
I think you should explain.
I could explain, but I'm not going to because it's funnier for me. As for how do you get a hold of me, Twitter, @DravenDresden. Show has its own Twitter. It is... Where did I put it?
You don't know the show Twitter?
Podcast Epic... I wanted to make sure I got it right, okay? I'm trying...
At what point did you get it right?
Whenever I looked at it and it said it was right. As for anything
Poor
else,
Draven.
hey, I run the show. Doesn't mean I do it well. We're called Epic Fail for a reason, dang it. Anyway, yeah, so have fun, good luck. Music, our opening credits is from bensound.com. Eventually, I will put together a intro video, maybe. I don't know. Or even an outro or something.
You should.
I should. We'll get around to it. It's just one of those things where it's holiday time, so it's kind of busy. And that said music that I mentioned before is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license, because I have to say that. Yeah. Next week, before we end the show, next week is December the 23rd. Scarlett has plans, I think. Right?
No, I just thought we probably won't have a lot of viewers.
Well, okay.
And we should take a break.
Well, I possibly have family plans anyway, so I was trying to make it so it wasn't just on me.
I have family plans.
Thanks for ruining that, Scarlett. Okay, so Galv has plans. I possibly have plans to deal with family.
Oh, here's a great idea. Why don't you make a show compilation of all your greatest... Never mind, that won't work.
You use the word greatest. So, yeah. So, we might put something together for, I might throw it together, make some kind of an hour-long video, and just have it run over on loop or something. But as of right now, the current plan is no show next week because, Christmas is that weekend, and I'm going to be with family for most of it. Not that it's by choice. And then the week after, we may or may not. We're not sure just yet. But it's that time of year, with it being, Christmas and New Year's. I feel bad about not having a show. but it's that time of year where stuff comes up. So
That's what she said.
she did say that. Wait.
Damn.
Anyway, I think that's a show. Scarlett,
Yep.
Gal, do you guys have any last words before we shove feet down my mouth any further?
That's what she said.
May the force be with you.